long lead. Field moves into turn number 4. It's set for the start. Green flag is out. The Trackmaster Modifieds invade the second turn area and move on to the backstretch. Roy Atkinson looking for the lead as they move over to turn number 4 and onto the front straightaway. Steve Chrisman runs at second. The 14W Scott Whitehouse goes third as they move on to the backstretch. Car number 2 now moving up and taking over third. Robbie Fry as he takes a look to the inside of Scott Whitehouse for the number 3 spot. They're down in turn number 4. Back into turns 1 and 2. Battle for the lead. Steve Chrisman now in car number 7. Oh, look out. Trouble on our race leader. The number 89 of Roy Atkinson spins down to the infield on the backstretch area. The field remains green with Steve Chrisman out front, followed by car number 2 of Robbie Fry, and then going third, car number 23 of Dave Bice. But a lot of smoke out of Bice's machine as he heads for turn number 4. They're back into turns 1 and 2. Again, watching Dave Bice in car number 23 as the smoke begins to unfurl behind that car in third place, moving on to the backstretch area. LJ Lyons now up to 4th, and then Dave Duncan rounds out the top 5. Your race leader is Steve Chrisman as they move on to the front straightaway. Over to turn number 3, and it's Steve Chrisman now by 6 car lengths as they move into turn number 4. Running in second, car number 2, Robbie Fry, and then LJ Lyons in car number 23. And the number 76 now closing in on Dave Bice in car number 23 at third place. 14W back in the 5th place spot, Scott Whitehouse came gliding through turn number 4 nearly sideways. As the race leaders move on to the front stretch. Steve Chrisman back into turns 1 and 2 by about 3 car lengths right now over the number 2 of Robbie Fry as they move down the backstretch area. Up around the outside, Dave Bice moving in on Robbie Fry, and they're nearly side by side moving into turn number 4. Back into turns 1 and 2. LJ Lyons at 4th place takes a look to the inside of Dave Bice, and he drops back in line again. Dave Duncan in car number 1 is right there among the race leaders as well as the top 5 cars shoot across the start-finish line now with 15 laps remaining. The first 10 laps now gone away. Bill Angel at car number 15 now is 1 lap down to the race leaders as they move over to turn number 4. Steve Chrisman with the lead. Robbie Fry still at second. Dave Bice once again looks to the outside of Robbie Fry. They're side by side at the start-finish line. Back into turns 1 and 2, and Dave Bice takes over second for the moment. Here comes Robbie Fry back to the inside, but it's Bice who takes command of second place. LJ Lyons now in car number 76 up around the outside of Robbie Fry to battle for third as the number 1 machine of Dave Duncan is tucked underneath LJ Lyons trying to make a move for 4th. The leaders are once again onto the front straightaway. Some of the tightest racing we've seen on the long track here at Louisville Speedway. Then from the Trackmaster Modified Racing Series, a very competitive class. And now the number 22 at the number 6th place spot, Kurt Huff, is beginning to reel in the race leaders. Dave Bice in car number 23 works the outside of Steve Chrisman, and they're side by side in turn number 3. Onto the front straightaway, Dave Bice goes for the lead. It'll be car number 7, Steve Chrisman, with the lead now as they work work the outside of another car, now putting him a lap down on the front stretch. And they're back into turns 1 and 2. Steve Chrisman followed by Dave Weiss in car number 23. And then it's car number 2, Robbie Fry. Dave Duncan in car number 1 now is up to the number 4 position after getting around L.J. Lyons in the number 76. Dave Weiss now moves in to the inside of Steve Chrisman for the lead. Tried it several times on the outside, now muscles by on the inside and takes over the number 1 position. So Dave Weiss has the lead now into turns 1 and 2, and we're 6 laps away from a finish. Running in second, Steve Chrisman, the leader through most of the event. Robbie Fry in the number 3 spot, followed by Dave Duncan and L.J. Lyons, and the number 22 of Kurt Huff. Out of turn number 3 and into the 4th turn area, the yellow flag is out. Yellow flag is out. And it looks like it's for Jeffersonville, Indiana's Pete Maiden in car number 3 up in turns 1 and 2. As it looks like that car has spun around. I didn't see if it made very much contact with the wall or not, but Maiden's machine is sidelined up in the 1st turn area, and it'll bring out the Busch push car and the Bob Hook safety truck. The race leader with 4 laps remaining is Dave Weiss in car number 23, his Weiss car special. Running in second, Steve Chrisman, followed by Robbie Fry in car number 2. Dave Duncan in car number 1, and then L.J. Lyons in car number 7. Led much of this event in the early going. And just a few laps ago, Dave Weiss was able to get around on the inside, make a pass for the lead, and took it away. Going 3rd, Robbie Fry in car number 2. And then it's Dave Duncan in car number 1, L.J. Lyons, and then the number 22 of Kurt Huff. So those are your top 6 cars right now. 4 laps to go in the event. And they should get the restart this time around. Dave Weiss leads them into turn number 4. The green flag is out. And into turns 1 and 2. Dave Weiss with the lead. Steve Chrisman, and now a battle for 3rd. Dave Duncan up along the outside of the... Oh, and Duncan goes on a half spin. He recovers, but then drives the number 2 down to the infield of Robbie Fry. Boy, what a shakeup among the top 5. Okay, it's Dave Weiss out front and the number 7 of Steve Chrisman. L.J. Lyons now comes up to 3rd place, but a very distant 3rd at this time. The number 22 of Kurt Huff now runs at 4th. Scott Whitehouse in car number 14W now inside the top 5. They're back into turns 1 and 2. 3 laps to go. Race leaders move out of turn number 4 and onto the front straightaway. Now with 2 laps remaining, Dave Weiss, look at this battle back in the number 4 position now. Nearly 3 abreast on the backstretch. 3 abreast. Watch this. The number 14W on the inside of Scott Whitehouse. Then there's Dave Duncan. And then the number 22 of Kurt Huff as they move down onto the 4th turn area and onto the front straightaway. The white flag is out indicating 1 lap to go. And it's Dave Weiss out front by 4 car lengths right now over Steve Chrisman as they move over to turn number 3. Out of turn number 3. Into the 4th turn and onto the front straightaway. The checkered flag is out and Dave Weiss picks up the win, followed by Steve Chrisman and then L.J. Lyons in car number 76.